Camera, microphone, bueno. I think we're ready to rock because it's Sunday, it's noonish. I got a nice iced coffee. Oh no, where did the prop bit go? Beans, there it is. It's goddamn hot out, so we're pretending we're going on to the mountains and we're wearing our Rito headdress just to make it feel a little bit colder in spirit. So we'll put that on underneath the ear cuff. Maybe it'll show up? I don't know. Just know it's there in spirit. So, as always, we're back on to the wonders of Breath of the Wild, Creating a Champion, one of the best art books out there for video game. And I've already got the page open because we were here not too long ago when we were doing the Great Eagle Bow. Here specifically, I think it's one page that way. Yep. We moved all the way from page 176 to 178. It's great. We love it because boy howdy is this a very detailed art book. They kind of show on it how everything attaches magically to Link's back. Doesn't kind of work out that way in the game, unfortunately. So I already have, oh, apparently that didn't want to stay with me, concept art. So we got our reference photos, all the goodies of how everything just gets carried around. The swords and the axes aren't too different in body, so I think my ultimate goal here is just use the base of the sword for where the glowing in the handle exists, and then transferring that in a similar fashion to the axe itself. I know I got photos of it. Well, thunder weapons. Well, I probably passed it. Like a big old goober. Spears. Bows. Spears on the wall. And the life of a cosplayer. Go into the video game, take as many screenshots as possible. Yeah, I totally passed it, I think. Oh well. Whatever will I do, have to look at art from Zelda. What a terrible fate. Here we go. One of the early things. So, we can see that there is orange glow surrounding the handle. And then underneath the pivot point, by the looks of it, then there is the gold for the majority of the attachment point, glowing trim, and then the sort of ancient texture for the brown parts of the handle. I'm gonna do a couple things there. Just because I do have this from way back in the day. The brown is really simple to just do the textured stone spray. There's a Rust-Oleum one, 10 out of 10. Almost perfect color match, and it's got a little bit of grit that it imparts. So it's really nice. Used it for the Sheikah Slate, like I said, way back in, this is 2018, 2019. It's a little bit back. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We go back into Axes. So I've already gone in and found files from in the game so that we have a little bit more complete of a reference. So much so that we can actually see in the texture maps for the blade itself there's different emitters for where the energy comes out. We have our standard constellation effect that they seem to add to everything ancient, the hinge mechanism. And then there's some sort of texture wrap that we see on the handle. So, accidentally scrolled the page there. I'm thinking that's the gold-brown section on the lower area. But we've brought it into Blender so that we can take a look and see. So we have our few separate parts here that we can look at. Getting the zoom all funky. Can see that it has some sort of folding approach to it, even though everything goes onto the back fully extended. That's fine. I don't think we're going to do that, because the way that I'm thinking of doing things here is have basically everything behind the hinge mechanism here, which I'll absolutely zoom into, being a removable cover, hide a battery pack in there, and then still keep some of that gap there, maybe limit the hinge, but run wires through there so that we can have the illuminated constellation like we've seen on the Sheikah slate and other things. So yeah, let's just pull up the references. Yeah, so the orange glowing of the constellations, and then we'll have blue for the blade, which I just haven't added the texture into here, but that's okay. So I think that's more than adequate for what we need, because we have our game reference, we have our book references here, so that we can either go with the flare that the game uses, or maybe something a little more concept arty, make it our own. So I think first step there, we have our screenshot here. We'll just be quick and dirty about this and use the snipping tool. Grab that, get a side profile, and then roughly scale it to ourself. So let's get the heck out of there. Go all the way over into costumes, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, axes, and we'll go with our capture. Okay, fresh thing in Fusion. I think the play is do this entirely based on vibes. So I'm going to bring in my avatar from Armorsmith as one would. That is the correct scale in millimeters. Textured paint was also on the goddess statue. Yes, it was. And I'm going to double check that I imported this in the correct manner. Yeah, roughly the right. Okay, so now going to the art book, from the feet to roughly shoulder height. So this is a little bit of a big one. We'll insert our canvas. We'll get our Breath of the Wild stuff, and we have a capture. We'll throw it there, and oh boy is it small. So roughly shoulder height. So that's seeming a lot too big. We'll go a little bit extra, and then that puts the handle about the length of fingertip to forearm, and that feels good for a Zelda weapon. So To make my life a little bit easier, we'll hide that guy. We'll keep our mind on where the origin is, so that we can kind of use it to our advantage. I'm not too worried overall, because this one, like I said, it's all just vibes. So, we got that. I think the easiest way is because we know that we have a orb, some sort of spherical shape on the base, that will give us the overall width of everything else, because it'll be roughly proportional. So, use that pommel. I don't know if that's illuminated. Excuse me while I go on to... Nope, totally just stone. So I guess that's a marble thing. Alright, big stone marble. Cool. Even easier, because then can just create a sphere, go all the way down there, and that's roughly centered right with a big marble. Cool. That works for me. We'll be centered. Awesome. So we'll use that as our overall reference point. So, create a sketch off of there. Have the external bounds there. And then that gives us a little bit that we can work with here for these revolves. Because the stone sphere seems to be sitting on some sort of, I don't know what you'd call that, a cupola? Is that a word that we can use? It seems adequate. So those will give us our revolves. Then for this, we're just making a big funny hot dog shape. I need to look at this though. No, that grip doesn't really even go over the edge. What an odd thing. I think I'll still extend it over. But for the most part, the brown segments of this, not very much to them. Alright. Oh well. I honestly thought that this was a lot more detailed than it was. That might just mean that chat has to go in and choose another smally prop, because we're gonna burn through this one real quick. Which is also famous last words of, this thing is gonna throw some secrets at us, and it is going to be a complete nightmare to make. So, let's do that. Add a tangent there. This one, yeah, that'll throw everything out of whack. Let's just keep that as is for now. And for the sake of being expedient, just do a mirror of that arc over to the other side. Oh, maybe it isn't the same shape. Alright. Remove that midline then. Let's see what they actually got there. Play around with some more arcs. See. Yeah. Alright. Well done, Aonuma. You played me. Sorry for the slurp into the thing. It's hot out here, and we got ourselves a funny little ice cap, or tail end of it at least. We'll see what we can do with this. Do that, do this, mirror it about our center line. And that'll give us most of the handle. So I think that'll do for that area. Here though, we can see that just above where the serpentine shape is for the grip texture, we have our split so that the handle itself branches into two. So I'll just add that one in for now. Okay. Basically, I think what we do here, start doing some of our revolves, making some new bodies because they're all going to be different textures. And we bring our sketch back. Call that new. And then for these, we know that if we're looking at it side on, it's about the width of that cupola. So that's pretty good for us. It lets us cheat. It's not 25. Okay. So we'll go 15. Let's go be a little bit more generous, because if I'm thinking ahead, we were talking about battery pack going into the shape itself, and I know the USB power banks that we have are about 25 mil across, so that will give a little bit of clearance. Yeah, let's do a little funny onto Amazon. USB power bank, small. How small can we go? There we go. Oh, if we want 50 of them with our logo on them, it's only $500. That's pretty good. I don't think the internet remembers what a small power bank is anymore, because all those are pretty chunky. Like, is it small by capacity? Yeah, all these are... well. Screw it. We're not going there. We'll plan for... we need 5 volts. So, what's another way we can do this? We can go into McMaster Car. We can go for battery holders. How many do we want? We want 4.5 volts, which means we want at least 3. So I guess we'll go and see if we can find one that holds 4 AA's. That's 2 end to end. Let's just throw that in and see how bad it is. So from the McMaster Car, go download. Damn it, it wants me to log in. Alright. do it. Can he remember which password he used? Okay. So, sanity check. We'll just keep this here. That gives us loads of room, and we could definitely do 2 of these end to end. So, that would give us 6 volts, and I don't remember the decay curve. I think they dip down to 1.2 each, which would leave us at 4.8, which would be enough to drive those. Be a little dicey, but we'll plan for USB power bank and these as a backup. So just import it there. We got it for later. Sanity check, questionable. We'll go with as the answer. Sanity questionable? Questionable. Okay, so then all of that curves for the handle. We can do that. We can do that. We'll just add ourselves save point. What? What? Why are you doing this to me? Alright. We're not in Zenless Zone 0. We are in Breath of the Wild. And we are making ourselves an ancient battle axe. Are you proud of me? I saved. Unprompted even. Okay. We've got our shape there. Might want to add some support material to that. We'll figure it out when we get to it. So that to that is 7 millimeters wide. Let's give it a little more thickness. Let's only go 8. And that will leave some room for our standard 5 millimeter rods. And we can run some along the length of the handle. Hello. Welcome, Otka. We literally just saved. I hope you're proud of me. Alright, we'll take a look in here. They just have a funny little hinge mechanism. Alright. So, I think we'll just do this as our connection point. So, everything up until the blade there. Call that an even 45. Alright. Just doing funny Zelda stuff. We'll get a projection here to give ourselves some idea of how far we're allowed to go. I don't know how far we're allowed to go yet. Do something like that, and do something like this. And we know there's a hinge point somewhere in the middle there. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Give ourselves fairly wide hinge so that we can run cables through it. And I don't know if that position's any good. It seems like I almost bullseyed the height there. Let's do that. think that ain't too bad. For that overall shape. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. For that, I'm gonna need to figure out what some of that texture is, because I am a dummy and had the focus right on it. So all we got is that crosshairs. Really can't tell though. I wonder if our concept art has a little bit more up close of what the ancient tech looks like. The arrow kind of has that mechanism. Guess we're making it up as we go. Because boy howdy is this sketch just chaos. And all we get from that is it powers up and it's got goo. I mean, you could pull up the arrow. That seems a lot more difficult than literally just going into here and seeing what we got for an arrow. Yep. Where are we at? Legend of Zelda. Did I move things in? I guess my stuff's all over the place. That's always reassuring. Let's just get normal arrow. Arrows. Arrows. They got something going on. Because this one focuses more on the constellation. So I think for this, it's a little funnier. Because there seems to be some sort of geared mechanism in there. And then the central point that illuminates. So we'll call that sketch good for now. We'll start naming some things so that I don't get absolutely lost with everything there. We'll just call this the orb. Ponder it. No, this one is pondered. We considered it. And this is the ponderer. Using the powers of mirrors, I think I'm only going to make this one pivot, so we'll have a new thing there, and this will be pivot arm so that we can find it. A metal gear? Yes. This might even be a weapon that could surpass Metal Gear. That we'll do this new like that. Cool. Then going there, we know that this is very narrow, and then the circular segment there that is raised is larger. So what we'll do, grab this, go to there, two-sided approach, go to that, and we'll make that a new body. So that will give us the raised section, and then from looking at this, it looks like that's inset a little. So I'll just scooch that in. Which then lets us go in and do some detailing. Constellation. Okay, that's a dot, that's a star. This is a dot, this is a star. We'll do our lines between. And I wonder, oh, there totally is one that's underneath the hinge, and then one that runs to the hinge point. Okay, that is definitely a choice, Zelda. We'll do that. Do another smaller, and then we'll do that so that we can get our center point. Now, all of these can be turned into construction lines, then offset them like that. And technically I don't need those middly parts, so I might as well just clean them up. Yeah, it'll start yelling at me, but that's okay. So, I know all of these are going to be inset into the surface here. So we'll do that for now. Just create it as a new body. And then all of these can hide for the moment. And raise these a little. Just so that they are a little bit more prominent points of light when everything gets put into place. So this will be our constellation. That's our pivot arm, I guess pivot detail. Alright. Now I gotta actually figure out how I want to do the detailing there. Could you tell that I was stalling for time to figure out what I wanted to do with that segment? If only it wasn't all of 10 pixels wide on all these art books. I think what we do is we just lean into the similar vein that they have within the ancient arrow. Turn that white ring into this one. Nope, that one. Do it as a section of raised gold. And then for there, yeah. Do the white on here as light sources, everything else is gold. And it appears that there is some sort of star pattern in there. So, sure, lead into it. Alright, detail. What do we got? We got a in the center. We got our illuminated segment. We have another ring that will be illuminated. Yeah, it's too wide. Sure, we'll do that. And then everything between here will be raised. And have some sort of sunburst. So, I think what we'll do, just do one of those radially right now. And then everything else can be patterned. So, these are illuminated lenses, so we'll again do that as a new body inward. And we'll do, so we got, that'll be illuminated, this and this will be illuminated. So those will be raised, everything will be great. Hide those for the time being. Raise this. No, we'll do it the smart way. Believe it or not, I think that might be allowed. What we'll do is do an axis, do an axis through the cylinder. This is our cylinder. It must not be damaged in any way, shape, or form. Do that. And we'll do a revolve here. So we want that and that for our extents. Perfect. Okay. I have 3D Sketch on like a dummy. Do come on. Snap, snap. And then we can play around with arcs. Yarmy cylinder. Yes, precisely. The cylinder cannot be damaged. Then we close that. Do our funny revolve. Do that as a new body for now, just so that we can get ourselves some sort of coloring on this thing for the render. Then for here, we'll split these to do that. Then we don't need those sketches no more. And I'm going to fight with that thing because of course we do. Why are you only going a section? Be that way. Okay, it crossed over. Will it? There we go. Can go a little bigger, I guess. to revolve actually. So circular pattern, do it on the feature being the pipe that we just made. We'll use that same axis that we used before. And then we gotta count things real quick. So it looks like 4 for 12 or 4 for 16. Yeah, we'll do that. And unfortunately, all of these just decided that they didn't want to cut all the way through. So a little bit of cleanup, unfortunately. Or, let's see. No. The cylinder. If only it would let me actually chain select the thing that I wanted to chain select. Okay. Well, then let's try a funny trick by bouncing in the timeline a little. Do that. Better. Because then it actually cuts through. So, thanks timeline. You saved our butt. Now, that starts to look like a thing, right? Having some sort of geared mechanism. And sure, let's go and find some appearances here. Do I have any lights? No, I don't. LEDs. LEDs blue. Blue is almost like orange. Why didn't that go orange? That's pink, but alright. We'll take it. Oh, that's probably because it's not bright enough. Nope. Just wants to be pink. We'll just disco our way through the color palette. Maybe it wants LED red that we can turn orange. Sure. I hate fusion sometimes. And that, you can get out of here. And then favorites. Why do I not have? Metal, coatings, titanium. That'll help us remember that we want that gold. That is a light. And down here from memory, that's all brown. Okay, neat. Yarmy cylinder. Add a little bit of chamfer to that, then we're good. So I think going into the arm there next is how we go about this. Obviously, even more of the illuminated constellation channels, and then have to also consider connection points for the blade itself, which, yeah, alright, we can do that. We're smart or something. We'll just follow that. similar to the ancient arrow. And to save a little bit of headache, just do that so that we know where we're at. Actually, if we're gonna save ourselves a headache, how about we actually go to the right one? Now, is that parallel with anything? Not really. Thanks, Zelda. You're the realist. We'll do that as larger constellation point, and this, I guess, as well. Then for the same method before, just do roughly the center line, and then everything can be offset from there. Then you can become construction, you construction, construction, construction. Now, in it almost knows its directions. That's pretty good. Get rid of those, even though they don't really do anything. And we'll get rid of those, just so that it keeps our sketch clean. Now, going back to what we see here, roughly to the width of here. So this might not be as correct, because those are at two separate widths. For stability of the prop, though, we might keep them the same. We'll do that as a new body, disregarding for the time being. Then we'll add the sharpened blade edge that they seem to have there, because it's a little exaggerated and you can see it in the highlighting on the texture. So do that. And then we'll go back into here, go to that, snap, and do some math there. So -7 + 1. Make that a new body. Now, that arm can disappear. And again, we'll just go like that, two-sided, and 7.5, not 1.5. Make sure those are separate so that it's not connecting to anything we don't want it to. And add a little bit of a chamfer there, so it does interesting things with the lights. And so that we can remember everything, those are those colors. Blade arm constellation. That is throw that into lights. Guess I gotta make an axe blade now, huh? I gotta take this ear cuff off. Okay, better. Art book. Art book. Follow. It's got funny shapes that the real one doesn't have. That's unfortunate. Okay. I guess actually looking at what the textures say. Make it glow. Okay. Can do. Where are the splits though? Right there. That's pretty blurry. Thanks, Nintendo. Let's... Take a look-see at the actual one here. It does have random splits all along the blade length. Okay. Then we'll do it. Don't know why we can't see them here, but it's fine. We'll use that to our advantage and let us actually just play with stuff. Do the primary outlines and then figure out everything else later. Now, the biggest problem that I can see with all this is I can't really test this because I don't have any clear filament. Let's grab those. So I think I'm gonna need a brave volunteer to actually test this before anything goes. Now, I can assume that all those points there, where the light does something funny, those are where the splits are here. Let's do the majority of the blade shape first, and then trouble ourselves with that after. I never realized how jagged this thing was. Like, all of this stuff is just chaos in here. I guess that's the way that they're selling that it's an energy weapon of sorts. But, yeah, I don't know, man. This stuff's funny. It's like, why is there even a notch out of the blade here? This makes no sense. Now, for all these, I think we're gonna have to exaggerate them for our purposes so that nothing gets broken free. Because Zelda can use magic that just extends into nothingness. I wish that was the case for us, though. What we'll do, I think, give ourselves a little leeway here, extend those up, and just make them a little chunkier. Probably could have patterned this. Not the worst thing ever. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I totally can just pattern this. Let's do it as an instructional thing just to show how it be done. Okay, we'll keep that there. And I totally didn't send one that way. That's even better. I'll make my life somewhat less complicated. And actually do this on the end here. That isn't aligned, so that would make everything awful. Actually make sure I'm sketching where I want to be sketching, I guess is the play. That point on the line, that point there. Okay. We'll do this, going back to the blender thingy. She's narrow. Very narrow. What we should do, if we're being clever about things, dear Google, how big WS2812B? Yeah. How wide? How wide? 5 millimeters. And if it's on a strip, how wide is the strip? Hey look, specifications, wow, look at that. 10 millimeters wide, okay. So we need at least 10 millimeters on the inside that we can put a light strip into. So, how much room do we have here? That's 4. Oh dear. How many is this? That's 7. That's better. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that as a new body. And then we've got this, which we will make as a new body as well. Can hide the blade. Do a funny draft angle here. then we'll create a pattern on a path. Let's choose our path. That's a lot more path than I wanted, but okay. God dang it. I didn't even pay attention to what I was doing. Okay. We'll do that. We'll actually extrude the correct one. And do our draft like we were previously. What was it, -15? And then we don't need that sketch right there for the time being. Create our pattern on path. Please let me choose just one segment of path. That'd be stellar. Okay, maybe not. And let's see. Path direction. Will you rotate it properly? Yes, you will. Ha ha ha. Roughly centered. And then we have... It's going the wrong direction. Okay. Pain. Am I cheating? No. Am I making a more convenient path for it to follow? Most certainly. Better. And that's good, that's good. Path direction. Somewhat centered. That ain't bad. Okay, that's there. And these, no, not that. You can all join in the party. You are one and the same. You are part of the blade. Now, for adding sharpness, this is where we get a little creative, I think. How about I grab to the actual correct edge? We know that we raised that 7. Yeah. But we'll just keep knocking it back. And then over here, that doesn't need to have any chamfer added to it. Then we'll just manipulate this. I think think 7 was our magic number for the day. How about... what is this distance? 15.25-ish. Great. We'll go with the aesthetically pleasing approach. 15.25, I said? Something glowy. Almost looks like an axe. If I was a smart boy, we have a canvas. We have the ability to go in and see, yes, thing as it appears in the video game. Let's not stretch it in the wildest, most incorrect manner. That'd be a good idea. Alright. That is a blurry blade. Flip it over the correct way. That seems a little too big. Knock it down. Just have to squint at it really hard to see the blur. That kind of makes sense, right? Kinda. It almost lines up with emitter. Those... Let's make it a little bigger. Sure. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll go look at the funny Zelda that I recently posted. It's not too far off. Because that's in the hook. That's, yeah. Okay. I think the only folly that I have here is that it's just needs to be aligned better. So we'll do that. Now, using those as rough guides, this is gonna be a little weird. A little weird. I think the approach is that these become splitting tools for the actual axe head itself, then do some weird chamfering just so that it gives points where the thing glows. So we don't need all those visible. And let's go nuts. Make this feel real bad after creating something nice and clean, and then just ripping it to shreds. Go ham. Okay. Does it feel bad? Yeah. Is it gonna be forever? Now, actually, if I was a clever boy, what I'd do first to further accentuate the fact that we have splits here in all of the things. Let's go square. And just do this a few times. Said let's do this a few times. There we go, thank you. And then I'll add the chamfers on here. So that it gives it an even more segmented look. For those I might actually want the ones that wrap around, because there's not too much going on here. The more detail the better, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. I just work here. And these can disappear. Left a little gross bit, because of course it did. Hello? Goodbye? What are you? Gone. Okay. Good. Good. I question it, but good. And then if everything would just auto-select on these, that would be stellar. But we don't got that. So, okay. We go half of our chamfer, or our pipe depth for 0.75. Because this is just being a little bit extra for the sake of good illumination. Will this tell me being too greedy? Yep, being too greedy. Well, let me do this one kind of. Okay. I guess it's just that notch there that's causing a little mayhem. Oh well. Good, good, good. And grab these parts. Points. Where do you not like that? You don't like on the edges. Rude. Dang. Close enough. You have not been chamfered. Rude. Is it just missing little bits? Yeah, it's missing tiny bits. The worst. Just keep working down all these. Because honestly, everything that's been causing problems here is just artifacts of the pipe. So, I guess me being a little bit extra has caused me so much grief. Ain't that just the way? Alright, what did it miss? Does it not like that? Does it not like this? No, Gus, not my cylinder. Why does it? Okay. We'll just let that one be. It's just being itself. Okay, that's good. 2 more segments. 2 more segments? What is this one? Hello? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Okay, I literally do not know what that is, so to hell with it. I'm gonna add it in anyway. Will it disappear? Yep, she gone. Something like an axe. Then, because we're gonna have to illuminate this somehow. How big of a shell did we say? We needed 10 millimeters in thickness. So we can do at least a... Okay, it's gonna be mean. Oh no. It's doing all the what's it. Come on. I believe in you. Partial result, my favorite. Nope. Okay. Let's try with a different thickness. See if it'll be okay with that. Yep. Because of course it is. Or not? Did it keep the body? Right. Okay. Not entirely sure what it did there, because that's not right. Let's not do that. We definitely need to, though. Try... Can't be created at that thickness. Okay. Try a different way. It's not giving me a preview, so that's always... It's always the good feel. Definitely didn't do anything. Let's give it a little bit of an easier time. And before all of those splits and pipes, give it a chance. Will it still panic? It still panics. Maybe that has something to do with it. What is going on here? Just weird geometry generated. Right on. Never concerning. I guess my sketch was a little weird. I must have missed something. Let's try that now. See if removing those. Yep. There we go. Better. Now, concerning math. Do your best, computer. Didn't even struggle. Perfect. We're the greatest. Okay. Blue LED. That's very blue. It's not Guardian Weapon blue, though. Right tone? Must be brighter, though. Let's peek into the Renderland and see. That's in the ballpark. Brighter. Okay. Cool. I guess actually piece these things together and do some hollowing while we're at it. Overall, though, I think this should be a little bigger, just to allow for some stability of this central piece. So let's go further down the timeline. Just edit a few things. So let's just make that 19. It's going to do some math. It did math. Everyone's happy. That's good. That math there will do 10. That's still fine. That's still fine. The cylinder, which must remain intact, as we have said previously. Good. And then I can be lazy about these ones. We'll bring that to that height. And this. We'll do like so. And unfortunately that moves this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just to make things work there, we'll do that and sure, 45. I'll just type. That's easier. And new body. Sure. Connect that and this. And do some detailing on here so that we don't have to worry about it later. I believe this was part of that arm in texture. Well, definitely looking at the blade there. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's the same brassy material as the blade arm. Good. Make it a little dramatic. So I think the only thing that really needs to be modeled in now is adding that handle wrap. Where are you at in the timeline? Let's give it a little extra. Will that cause a bunch of chaos? Yes, but it gives us enough room for those connection points. And then this can move up a millimeter, up 1 millimeter. There just to keep things in line. This is a different texture, but we're not going to worry about it for the time being because I got to do that handle. Handle. What does the handle look like? Funny grip wrap texture, but only on some sections. So it kind of wraps around to the front edge and kind of wraps around to the back edge at the top. So I guess that means we get to do a little sketch here. Should bring my canvas back so I can almost see what I'm doing. And start playing around with these. So I think we'll have to do some splines. That's okay. Let's see if I can even cheat it with just points and some fillets. Splines always seem to add in a little bit of chaos for fusion. Okay. This one, extend that, go this way, and fillets. Can almost see what's going on there. Do some rounding of things. good. And just do it that way. Okay. Let's see if that works. Do I have hopes and dreams? Yes. Do I believe in fusion to be able to complete those? It's been a day. Okay, so then that gives us a shape there. We can do our round over on either side here. So we will project this and then go about half the distance here, maybe even less. Let's say wrap to there, create an arc somewhere in there, get that tangent onto that and to there. So that'll give us somewhat of a smooth transition. This, screw it, we'll just go that way. We'll believe. And for here, oh man. Yeah, we'll go this way. And then for these, we'll play with that one. Can round it out after. And I need that sketch still. Please come back. We'll do that. We'll do this. And in theory, that'll give us something that's kind of smooth and rounded. I don't know. I just work here, man. This one, I guess, can continue with that. That'll be fine. And for this, honestly, I just need to project this, do an arc from somewhere around here to make it feel like it's kind of working as a smooth transition. This tangent to that. Oh god. Sure. That tangent to this. There we go. Then split this and that with this. It'll make a bunch of chaos, but we live for it. And all of this is so that I can simply just make some of these a little proud of the rest of the body. Will you let me offset? Helps if I actually have it to offset. I'm concerned that everything worked. Did it grab that? It doesn't look like it grabbed that. First try, let's go. We are wizards. Let's go as far as it'll let us, like that. That's fine. That's a curvature, that's curvature, that's great. everything on this, let's round it over. We offset by 1, so I'm gonna guess it'll only let us go a fraction of that. Not even. Great. Fusion, you are rude. How about I just try going this way instead, so that it has even less to try and figure out what I'm asking it to do. That line's connected, everything's great, everything's golden. Then... you jerk. Can you at least tell me why or where it's having an issue? No? Didn't expect you to. Let's remove this hard chamfer here and see if that'll make it easier. It's already happier with these loops, so that's good? Question mark? It was the problematic section down there. Oh, that's great. Cool. Now, last thing there. We gotta figure out what that wrap texture is. So, I don't understand why it looks like there's a fabric wrap in something that's probably made of stone. Aonuma, explain yourself. We'll just do that for now. The cylinder. Alright, I guess go absolutely crazy with some sort of line. Hide some of these so that we can kind of see the texture. Sure. We'll just make a bunch of arcs because it doesn't look like there's a straight line in this house. It just keeps going. Why is there so many? Okay. Now, with that there, we have all this chaos. So, boy howdy, am I ready for this. We'll do that, and we get to do this, oh, what was it, 20 odd times? Hope you're ready for the reason why it's part of the chill section. Just going and clicking through and doing a bunch of stuff. dear chat, I hope you are enjoying this one. It's a lot less fiddly than the last one. I don't even know where this one crosses. No. Nope, not that one. No, not that. Not this. Better. Almost there. And then get to do all these again, but with pipes. All in the name of looking cool. Realized I probably shouldn't have all these even visible, just in case something does get cut accidentally. Okay, that sketch is gone. We'll just call it handle wrap so we can find it later if it is problematic. Disregard these 4 other ones that I haven't named, 5, 6 other ones. Psh, they live there. And we'll create a pipe. Pipe. Make them smaller, we'll make them more circular, and everything's good. The canvas is in the way because I can't see anything. And we'll do another pipe and just keep rolling along. Ow. I'd say I need to charge my mouse, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just being funny with selection right now. Highlighting everything. Like, you should probably do something with this. Meanwhile, I'm doing the absolute most fiddly bit that it's like, nah, don't ever do that. Absolute moron. But here we are, in it for the love of the game. Can you please? Yeah, thank you. What is even happening here? It's partially rendering stuff. Hello? Just render that line. Let me select the line. Line. Line? Line. Line. No! Why did it? Okay. Line. Line. Cannot create that geometry, huh? Okay. Now you can. Don't know why. Just being weird about it. You evil thing. No. Do that for now, and then I think that gets offset later. One more. Yeah, one more. No, it just didn't split that face. Okay. I had a feeling that. Sure. Okay. What we'll do then is that and that. Oh no. Poor Hobbit game. These can go. Oh. I might crash. Okay, we're good. Maybe we're not good. The math is not mathin'. We're gonna save because it's being problematic here. Will it let me offset to there? I don't think it will. Well then. If it won't let me do it that way, guess we just go stubborn. Ha ha ha. seems fine. And this just needs a little bit more of a round over. Okay, we got a weird handle grip. Now, ancient arrow. What is this texture even? Powder coat, rough, dark gray, made brown. Okay, I did that. Well done, 2018 me. Powder coat is a paint. Powder coat, rough, gray. Turned the noise way up. And made it brownish. Hello? Can I see the parts? Thank you. Alright. We'll do that. We'll do this. And then these can be cut out. And I think that then is nearly enough to actually start rendering this stuff. Okay, that can disappear for the time being. And we'll add a light chamfer for these. Probably should just use the funny trick that I learned the other day for this, but I'm set in my ways. Those are good. This one's bad. I mean, it's all good. It's great. Everyone loves Breath of the Wild. It's just that I am bad. Awful at this. This and that. And chamfer. So those are there, these are there. And I think we just need to figure out what textures go on things. Oh dear. I need a funny medium brown for all that. Let's go powder coat rough still. And throw that on there. Find ourselves somewhat medium brown. Like that. Sure. Nope, not the light. The light will change the scale again. Oh dear. Okay, kinda looks like leather. And then for the non-wrap sections, grab them and turn them that darker brown. Okay, nope, that's not it at all. Faces. There we go, now it's cooperating. Okay. When in doubt, just do it in sections. Then we go to, okay, so that, this is that, and this is that, which then makes this that. I believe. And then for this, darken it up a little. Oh, and then the orb. I must ponder it. Orb. Do yeah. That. This. Is there a marble coating? I bet there's a marble coating. Okay. If I hit enter, it kills it. Marble translucent. Marble white. What is translucent marble? How is the rock translucent? Or does it mean marble like the glass object? Okay, I think mirror everything, do a render, and yeah. We win. That needs to be mirrored. That. And technically this. We mirror it about the origin, wherever that may have disappeared to. Can I see the origin, please? There we go. We'll join for now. And do this like that. Like so. Origin, you can go away, you're no longer needed. And I guess everything else for like electronics channels, I can figure that out after. Let's see how it looks in render. Chaotic. much too tall. Okay, let's go nutso. Let's change this to the top view. So we have light on that side. And then we do that. Close that so that we get a proper view there. And then play around with the scene settings a little. Shadow, shadow. Yeah. Okay. Everything is illuminated panels and stuff, so it's going to be a little bit of a chaotic render. But good luck, everyone. I'll just start dancing while everything jitters out. I don't know if the audio still goes, but can you hear me? Are you getting 3 frames of animation every time? Oh, we're good. It did the thing. Alright, we go to final. We're back. 2, 3 frames of animation. Slideshow webcam, exactly what I was hoping for. Alright. It's kind of figured it out. Is it going 100 iterations? I don't know. When will it stop? There we go. Slideshow's over. We'll capture that. Window size, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And maybe even save it in here, in a folder that's appropriately labeled. Heckin' glowy. Oh, back to the slideshow. It's doing math. It's doing math. Alright. If there is another smally thing that you can think of from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, throw it at me. We can do a funny little quick build if it's not too difficult. Because I don't want to click away. Statue offering tray. Oh, like the where you put the apples? You want me to make a poop? Still, the avocado wants the poop. Can't we get along wants the place to put apples? Okay, we'll do that. We'll do this. And we'll do just another number there, so it doesn't overrate itself. Axe. I flashbanged myself. Put the poop in the bowl. Okay. What are those even called? Korok puzzle statue? Like the little Mimas? look at this guy. He's so good. This one's fat. Offering spot. Let's go to the Zelda wiki and see if they got some more photos that might help. Okay, I guess kind of. I was hoping for some kind of straight on photos of what this thing looks like. I think that's our winner there. I don't know why it threw us in there, but it did. We'll go offering spot. Okay, let's hope it didn't save itself as a WebP file. Otherwise, no good. We'll put in a canvas. Offering spot. Make it big. Put this funny looking guy right there. And oh, you're making me sculpt a beard. Alright, we're doing it. I'm going into purple mode. Purple BTS mode is the way you gotta do it. There's no other way you can do this. You just gotta make lumpy bumpy boys. Okay, let's see. We'll do this. And pull it this direction. And then for these, I guess something like that. And pull these slightly out of line so that it makes it look like it's bowing. It's a little wider at the shoulders there. Something like that. It's not gonna let me. What is it in this one? Is it? The problem is I've been playing too much in orange mode, and I've been playing with the land that it lets me extend things. Yeah, I need a sketch for that. Rude. Okay. Oh no, it'll do that. Easiest way then. We'll do fill that, keep creases. Do fill here, don't keep creases. And then pull these back up slightly. Pull this front line inward. And then we gotta make a cone head. How do we make a cone head? Quad ball? Quad ball. Quad ball. Mirror about the height? No. Length, sure. No matter what, I always have to pull all the options. Lumpy boy. Okay. Now grab everything. That's not what I wanted. Why is it deforming that way? Oh, because I have symmetry. Yeah, I'm dumb. Okay. It won't let me do it that way. That's the worst. Okay. So, what I'm hearing here is that I have to remove that symmetry if I want to rotate everything. Okay, rotate that way, rotate this way, and move it forward, because we're making it look like a hunched over old goober with a funny beard. So we got beard, we got point to the head. Now we can just kind of squeeze shapes inward, because at least those are nice to us. I'm just assuming that they have roughly flat faces. The back of the head will kind of pull in like a hood, I guess. To make it some sort of robed figure. Bad case of cone head, though. And they got a big blobby nose, which I feel like I should just do later. Maybe not in purple mode where everything is horrible. We'll do this just to get the rough shape there. Okay, that's a shape, that's solid. Okay, we'll leave this horrible place. And I have effectively made a weird shaped donger. Messes anyway. Do that to smooth this out. And we'll just do the outline of where the face is for now. to pull things into shape with the control points. Blobby, blobby, blobby. And then hopefully that gives us enough there. Okay. We'll do split those, split these. Get ourselves a face. And then the furred collar. That's not quite right. Better, I think. Okay. So for the face, push inward. I don't know what the scale of this is in the slightest. Everything might have disappeared. Hey, guess who hasn't saved? Okay. What we'll do, remove those. We'll try it with this. Okay, maybe I won't. Doesn't like that, huh? Push those slightly inward and try again. Oh, I'm gonna just lose my mind at this thing, aren't I? Why? Why? Okay. Sure. Just had to threaten insanity, I guess. Scooch, scooch, scooch. What? Oh no. I hope you can see. No, my mouse isn't captured right now, but boy howdy is it just flying all over the screen. Okay. Bring around the face. We'll just bump that a little outward so that it looks like a fur collar or something. It's really not going to let me bump that out. Okay. Let's see if it's just problematic faces here. It's really not gonna let me. How rude. Fighting with purple mode. The national pastime. Won't even let me delete faces. Then I guess what we'll do is we'll stop asking politely. Do that. Do that. And I'll do the thing that it absolutely loves of making ringed things here. What we'll do, split it once again. Sure, that's exactly what I asked for. Don't need this. Now, before I go too crazy here, I think this is just going to be the day of it's not letting me do nothing in purple mode. What? Okay. I think it's given up. What? It didn't even give me the tooltip menu there. I'm not sure why. All of that is rounded. It can do them separately, but it can't do them together. Got it. Okay, so if we combine those, they should be fine. That and this. If we combine those back together, and then create a loft between there, should be fine, and then mashing them back together should be fine. Okay, we have a hood. What an interesting route we took to get there. Now, not sure. Do a split there. And then we can figure out things from afterwards going around those sides to make whatever this jacket is. again. Will it yell at me for what am I about to do? I should probably do the other side first. That's okay. How rude. You know what? I think I'm giving up on this one. It ain't acting right. Try doing it with violence, and if that don't work, no, it's just not having any of it. I don't know, man. The recent changes have made a lot of these operations just not work well. Like, even the trick of just ripping it apart, not happening. Let's try one last trick here. Just get rid of all that. No, not even gonna let me remove those. Stuff be weird. Like, that is not correct. Cannot delete individual faces. No, you most certainly can. Like, okay, that one can go. That one can't. This one can't. Don't know why. Let's try even more violence. Nope. Doesn't like orange mode. That's not even a satisfying answer. It's an awful way to end the stream. So what we'll do instead, what are they? Little square plinth, then why is that rounding? Remember what the poop looks like. It's okay, we're making our own little poop emoji. is it? What? That's all I got to say about him. Little poop. Poop. Okay. At least we made one thing. We made this. It's pretty cool. Then spent 45 minutes messing around with this. It was not cool. But that's alright. What even is going on there? I got a whole bunch of pop-ups on Streamlabs and it's just saying, read some notifications. Oh well. Anyway, next week, figure out some differenter things. Don't know what. We've done axes, done things for collectible creatures, done some things for medieval stuff. I don't know. Maybe some space guns. Maybe some robots. I don't know. Have a think. And I'll see you again next week. Good night.